What did the panel think of Trump's stint as fry cooker at McDonald's? And it's, I already addressed this. It's like they see him differently.
I think it's brilliant. I think it's brilliant.
Yes.
I think when you have somebody who is a world famous superstar, who's a billionaire, et cetera, and they do something you don't expect, it's brilliant media. And I think we gotta acknowledge that this guy is beating the pants off of us with these so-called publicity stunts. It gets into everybody's feeds, and people who are not looking at politics will look at that. I think we just have to have more fun ourselves. We were having a great time during the Democratic convention. If we have more fun, if the Democratic Party is a party of fun, people will join it. We should be doing crazy stuff too.
Bill Maher recently stirred controversy during a heated exchange on his show, confronting a guest over a woke stance that quickly fell apart under scrutiny. True to his no-nonsense style, Maher pressed the issue with pointed, unrelenting questions, exposing inconsistencies in the argument until the guest began to backtrack. Even Van Jones, known for his composure and experience, appeared visibly taken aback by the intensity of Maher's push. Using his trademark probing approach, Maher cut through the surface-level rhetoric and challenged the contradictions often found in modern progressive discourse. Rather than accepting talking points at face value, he called for a more balanced and grounded perspective. The moment marked a clear reminder of how effectively Maher can dismantle shallow narratives with sharp, critical inquiry.
For the panel, what does the panel think of Trump doing Joe Rogan's podcast today, and is it a mistake for Kamala not to do it? Yeah, I think it is a mistake. I think it's a mistake she didn't do this show.
Yeah, did you invite her?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. No, we didn't invite her.
Of course you should.
We would have bumped you for her. I hate to say it. I hate to tell you.
Yeah, there's still time, I hope, and I know she's going to be campaigning in Texas. I hope she does, the podcast. I think the more people see of Kamala Harris, the more they like her. She needs to get out there. I think some of that is a staff reticence that they had because of Joe Biden, which you couldn't put out there. We understand that. You can put her out there. She's terrific. She's likable. She's joyous. She's fun. She's clever. Get her out.
Tensions spiked when the conversation turned to Donald Trump and Joe Rogan's podcast. Bill Maher quickly honed in on Van Jones, taking aim at what he viewed as overly woke opinions that seemed out of step with everyday realities. Unapologetically direct, Maher challenged Jones head-on, cutting through the talking points and highlighting what he saw as a slide into ideological extremes. Maher made it clear he has little tolerance for polished or evasive responses. This exchange underscored just how far he's willing to go to confront ideas he believes are detached from the real world.
For a guy who's not an official surrogate, you're on the waiting list. What did the panel think of Trump's stint as fry cooker at McDonald's? And it's, I already addressed this. It's like they see him differently.
I think it's brilliant. I think it's brilliant.
Yes.
I think when you have somebody who is a world famous superstar, who's a billionaire, et cetera, and they do something you don't expect, it's brilliant media. And I think we gotta acknowledge that this guy is beating the pants off of us with these so-called publicity stunts. It gets into everybody's feeds, and people who are not looking at politics will look at that. I think we just have to have more fun ourselves. We were having a great time during the Democratic convention. If we have more fun, if the Democratic Party is a party of fun, people will join it. We should be doing crazy stuff too.
And if I may add one more thing. It's like, don't immediately just go to, I hate him for that.
Yeah.
Which is but everybody I know here in Hollywood does that. And it's like, you're first of all, you look weak. You look weak. You look like you're so easily gotten.
Yes.
You look like you overreact to anything. I think politics comes out of personality. I'm going to do something extensive on this one day, but personalities. Your personality first. I know people who are conservative politically. Because I know them. That's just who they are.
Yeah.
They're squares. And that's okay. And there are people who just, they think Trump is fun like that. I don't get it, but I don't get Taylor Swift.
People are starting to see through the messaging. The issue with the Democratic Party isn't necessarily the policies, it's the tone. The constant focus on division, outrage, and ideological purity is wearing thin. If you don't fully align, you're treated like an outsider, even an enemy. That kind of approach is slowly but steadily losing its grip. Kamala Harris, with her overly scripted delivery and distant demeanor, risks becoming the face of that disconnect. Her presence doesn't energize the base or reach across the aisle, it alienates, even among moderates. It's not because she's forceful, but because she feels out of touch with how real voters think and speak. No one wants extremism, but Harris is the kind of politician who unintentionally sparks pushback simply by being the symbol of a message many feel no longer resonates.
Not that I'm comparing them, but I'm just saying.
I bet you would have bumped me for Taylor Swift too.
What's this?
You would have bumped me for Taylor Swift.
Oh,
too.
Of course I would.
Everybody else is turning you down.
I'd bump Kamala for Taylor Swift. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I agree with you.
She's a classy person, and the success she's had, the influence she's had is amazing. I just,
Not your cup of tea.
Nikki Glaser was doing my podcast, and I said, I don't get this, Nikki. You've been to 18 concerts. Tell me. And she's like, the music is so amazing. And she said, just watch the Eras tour. It's a 3-hour thing on Apple, I think. And I did not move the needle at all. This is not great music. To me, but that's just me. I don't get her music, and I don't think Trump's jokes about Arnold Palmer's dick are funny, but other people do. It's not relevant.
So for those of us who love Taylor Swift, and I'm a big Swiftie, that is some of the fun that Kamala Harris is bringing into politics. So I did a Swifties for Kamala kickoff in Nevada where I was just campaigning for her. We got all this energy, exchanging friendship bracelets and having fun. So there's a lot of joy there, Bill. And I'll give you your friendship.
It's hard to believe some people claim Donald Trump has no charisma. Say what you will about his politics, but the man knows how to deliver a line and command attention. Even when he's off base, his timing and style make it land in a way that sticks. Plenty of leaders have controversial views, but Trump blends shock value with an undeniable showmanship that keeps audiences engaged. You don't have to agree with a word he says to recognize the theatrical flair. Some of it may be accidental, but that larger-than-life presence is exactly why so many people can't look away.
Knock yourself out. I love all the joy and all the everything that, she does great stuff, but, I just don't get the music. All right. What are your thoughts on the Menendez brothers' potential being released on parole, and is it a positive sign for proponents of criminal justice reform?
I honestly do not care much about the Menendez brothers. But the idea of Kamala Harris appearing on Joe Rogan's podcast is wild. Lately, she has been avoiding the spotlight, and for good reason. Even her public events are flopping, like when she teased Beyoncé appearances and never delivered, leaving crowds furious. It feels like she knows the more people hear from her, the lower her approval gets.